Welcome to the second edition of the Junior Science and Maths Quiz. And this happens to be the 5th contest. And we have amazing schools. We have KONADU, YIADOM, MATTA, JHS. We have Grace Light Educational Complex. We have MATTA DEVI Basic School. And these schools are excellent schools who are here to compete for 2 slots to move to the next stage of the competition. This particular contest is brought to you, or this competition is brought to you by KNUST in partnership with ERIDEC and Ghana Educational Service. We want to acknowledge the efforts of the Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Mrs. Akosia Dixon, for giving us this opportunity to host this contest on campus. We would also want to thank the Provost of College of Science, Professor Leonard Mekuji, for availing this particular beautiful auditorium and providing all the necessary logistics to support this particular contest. We also want to acknowledge the excellent efforts of the committee chairman, Professor Prekum, for putting together such an amazing competition. And obviously, as you can see, or you've heard so far, the competition has been very successful, and it has been successful because we've had several sponsors. And at this moment, I want to acknowledge these sponsors. As you can see from my attire, I'm very well dressed, and this is because GTP made it possible. GTP, they say that their designs are timeless and their designs never expire. Kingdom Books and Stationery produce quality and affordable stationery for all your educational and office needs. So when it comes to quality stationery, the only name that should come to mind is Kingdom Books and Stationery. When it comes to events, you cannot go wrong with Laxity. With Laxity, they say that they make your memories together. Dex Technology is revolutionizing the technology education space. So I'm sure you've all heard of science sets and all the accompanying equipment. So they say that they are changing the face of the training of engineers. They say that new beginning for new engineers. When it comes to enterprise software and IT solutions, one name that comes to mind is Fairgreen. And they say that intelligent business solutions when it comes to enterprise solutions. Now, if I'm looking good, then it's because Mocha Looks has done me a lot of touch-ups on my natural looks. So this is really not my natural looks. Mocha Looks can really turn somebody who doesn't really look good into looking very good. So I'm looking very handsome because of Mocha Looks. And when it comes to Mocha Looks, they say that pure beauty. Fonjo images. When it comes to keeping your memories, you can't go wrong when it comes to Fonjo images. Then we are also partnered by Ghana Science Association. They have donated some amazing books on experiments that have been conducted that will serve as encouragement to you when you read them. And these have been donated to the participating schools. And obviously, this program will not be able to move on the media if you do not have any media partners. And so we have GH1, Ultimate 106.9 FM Experience It, Focus FM, and Event Man GH as our media partners. So with these strong partners behind us, we can be sure that this program and this competition will surely succeed. Shall we give them a round of applause? So let's move to get to know our contestants from their respective schools. So, MATTA DEVI Basic School.
My name is Manu Ivadina PJ.
My name is Asari Andrew, JHS Story.
Excellent. Shall we clap for them? Our audience, let us feel your vim, all right? The more you cheer them up, the more their vim will come. So let's cheer our respective teams on. Grace Lights.
Casey Akosia Dune, JHS 3.
Ade Elom Evans, JHS 3.
KONADU YIADOM, MAJHS. See, they are not even waiting. They are so eager. They are moving like the speed of light. So, it's represented by
Braco Enes, JHS 3.
Nkwame Pepa, JHS 3.
So, contestants, listeners, viewers, at least we've gotten to know their competing schools. For me, I say that we are going to have a very, very, very competitive contest today. But before we move on, let me just explain some rules to you, and also let me give you some background to what we expect as far as this contest is concerned. The competition, or this particular contest, has 4 rounds. At the beginning of every round, I will announce the results of the previous round, of course, with the exception of round 1. And then I would explain the rules to you. Having said this, we'll be moving straight into round 1. And I would quickly go through the rules for round 1, if you are okay with everything that I have said. Now, before I do that, let me say something about the bells. We have a technology at the background monitoring whoever presses the bell. So those of us sitting in the audience or listening on radio, you know that light travels faster than sound. So sometimes you might see somebody moving their hand and you expect that the person press the bell first. As a science and technology university, we have a technology working at the background, and which we have tested and tested and tested, and we are sure it works. So long as you press the bell, you will not be robbed of it. So just have that confidence and note that when you ring the bell, you'll be credited with it. Okay? All right. Okay, so we zoom into round 1 because I can see from the faces of the various contestants that they are signaling to me that let's get over and done with this. We are ready and we don't want too much talk. We already know the rules, so let's move into action, isn't it? So yes, I can see that they are all nodding their heads. So round 1. Round 1 consists of very, very simple questions which demand very straight to the point answers. So they are not difficult questions given your standard. However, each school will have its own question. This is the only round that every school will have their respective questions to answer. Apart from this round, all other rounds you compete for questions. Okay? So take your time, listen carefully, and then answer that. You are not going to compete with anyone in this round. Now, if you get the question right, you have 3 points. If you get it wrong, the other 2 schools have the opportunity to compete. The key word is compete for a bonus. Now, how do you compete for a bonus? You compete for a bonus by ringing your bell. If you ring your bell, wait for me to mention your school before you start speaking. If you speak before you are called, whether or not the answer is correct will not count. So please, control your emotions. There's no need to rush to give the answer. Once you press the bell, I've told you that I have confidence in the technology. If you are indeed the first to press, I'll call you. Okay? So there's no need to just scream the answer into the mic. If you do that, we'll not accept it. The next thing is that if the question is a simple one, which does not demand calculation, it will be just 15 seconds for you to think through and answer. If it demands calculations, you'll have 40 seconds to deal with that. Now you have a maximum of 2 attempts for your own question to deal with that. Now when you ring the bell for a bonus question and you are called, you must be ready with the answer within 3 seconds. You cannot ring the bell and be thinking about the answer. Okay? So I would say that think like Prof. Alote, ring the bell like the speed of light, and speak like Isaac Newton, okay, in this round. So if you are ready, can we hear the bell? All right, so the first set of questions, I'll be starting with MATTA DEVI Basic School. What type of soil has the largest particles? Yes, Menu.
Sand.
Excellent, that's correct. Grace Light Educational Complex. What type of soil has the smallest particles?
Clay.
That's correct. Next time, let me mention your name so that you speak for the benefit of those listening on radio, okay? KONADU YIADOM JHS. Which type of soil has the highest water holding capacity? Kwame.
Clay.
Excellent, that's correct. Our next round of questions. Grace Light Educational Complex. What force allows insects to move on the surface of water without sinking? Yes, Done?
Surface tension.
Surface tension, that's correct. KONADU YIADOM. Why is the efficiency of a machine always less than 100%? Ernest?
Because part of the machine is being overcome by friction.
Come again.
Because part of the machine is being overcome or reduced by friction.
I will not pass this on. The grammar in your sentence is problematic, but the facts are there. And so for that, I'll give you the 3 points. Sometimes grammar can change facts, but because this is the preliminary stage, I'm just going to consider you. The important thing to note is that part of the energy that is used as input overcomes other things like friction and other opposing forces, okay? So if you say it that way, it doesn't really sound factually right, but I get what you wanted to say. All right, so MATTA DEVI, what does a fork, or why does a cork float in water, but an iron rod sinks? Yes, Asari.
Because the pot is less denser than the water. That's why it floats.
Excellent. Now, our next set of questions will require 40 seconds, and it's a preamble. So we want you to find the least common multiple of the following. KONADU YIADOM. Yours is 27 and 84. MATTA DEVI.
252.
No. Okay, so no one got it right. The answer is 756. MATTA DEVI Basic School. Yours is 120 and 180. 120 and 180. Yes, Asari.
360.
Excellent, that's right. Grace Light. Yours is 15 and 60. 15 and 60. Yes, Evans.
180.
No. MATTA DEVI.
60.
60, that's correct. Our next set of questions, we are still in the 40-second zone, calculation zone. It's still a preamble, another preamble. We are going to factorize the following expressions. MATTA DEVI Basic School, your expression is 54x cubed y plus 81x raised to the power 4 y squared. Let me repeat that. 54x cubed y plus 81x 4y squared. Yes, Asari.
27x cubed y out. Open bracket 2y plus 3xy.
Please come again.
27x cubed y outside. Open bracket 2 plus 3xy.
Excellent. Let me sound a small word of caution to you. Next time, try and close the brackets, okay? Great Light Educational Complex. 15xy plus 15 plus 9y plus 25x. That's your question. Yes, Evans.
Open bracket 5x plus 3, close bracket, open bracket 3y plus 5x.
No, that's wrong. MATTA DEVI.
Open bracket 5x plus 3, close brackets, and open brackets 3y plus 5, close brackets.
Excellent, that's correct. For a bonus. KONADU YIADOM JHS. Your expression is this. X plus y all into brackets squared minus 4xy. X plus y all into brackets squared minus 4xy. Yes, Ernest.
X plus y minus 4xy.
No. Please use your microphone so that everyone can hear you. Okay, so nobody could answer that. The answer is x minus y into bracket all squared. Okay, so we still have another preamble. And these are not calculations, so you can slow down a little bit. Determine whether the following organisms are parasite, vectors, or hosts. That's the preamble. So you want to tell me whether whatever I'm going to mention to you, they are parasites, vectors, or hosts. Okay? So, Grace Light Educational Complex. Yours is mosquito. Yes.
Vector.
Akosia.
Vector.
Excellent. Correct. KONADU YIADOM. Yours is Plasmodium. That's correct. MATTA DEVI. Yours is housefly. Andrew.
Vector.
Excellent. That's correct. The next set of questions will be either true or false, and that's the preamble. The preamble will be true or false, and you are supposed to tell me whether the statement I'm going to make is true or false. So obviously, these questions are not transferable, so long as they are attempted by the respective schools. But of course, if you don't attempt them, then they'll be transferable as a bonus. Okay, so, KONADU YIADOM JHS. An SD card is an input device.
False.
It is true that it's false. That's correct. MATTA DEVI Basic School. A microphone is used as an input device.
True.
That's true. Grace Light. A flash drive is a storage device. Yes, Akosia.
True.
True, that's true. MATTA DEVI. The atomic number of elements are mostly written in integers. Yes, Menu.
True.
Excellent, that's true. Grace Light. An alloy is a solution of metals. Akosia.
False.
It's true that it's false, yes. KONADU YIADOM. During chemical reactions, atoms are broken down into smaller particles. Yes, Ernest?
True.
It's false. So with this false answer, we come to the end of an exciting round one. Shall we give them a round of applause? So, at the end of a very exciting round one, I told you that the contest will really be exciting. Here are the results. KONADU YIADOM JHS had 12 points. Grace Light Educational Complex had 15 points. MATTA DEVI Basic School has taken an early lead with 23 points.
MATTA Ankuma. Hey,
Oh, Chaisa.
No one to manage so Jamaica GTP on.
I know.
Joe. Hey, with the move. No beauty in so faded.
Me that say. So when him say GTP there, and one of me this sporty. Now your design is not so there, and you're endless. I mean, in Chemuda.
In Chemuda.
Clemento.
Yes.
You know I really like you.
Okay.
But that's your fabric. It doesn't look genuine.
Oh no, your design, GTP design.
GTP put the printed colors be sale. Share. When buying GTP, always check the design number on the label. The same number is printed on the selvage.
I'm a Philippa. But you work out, because one I believe you. We are too much. We are genuine.
That's same.
Yeah, we do a movie be what? The 7 circles of Alape. Jack, shine your eye.
GTP is available in various shops, open market and online at www.buygtp.com.
GTP, timeless.
My first picnic, yay!
Got the breakfast?
Check.
Good,
And the baby has an umbrella.
Check.
good,
Get the baby bowl and spoon.
good.
Got it.
I love my daddy.
Young Vita?
Yes, what about my young pizza?
Yes, all the flavors: wheat, rice, and maize and wheat.
Yay! What about me? You see your life.
Young Vita, enriched with Nutri-V, contains all the essential vitamins and minerals to help you grow big and strong. Young Vita, a delicious way to grow.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We move straight to round two. Round two, we call this the fastest finger. We call it the fastest finger because you are going to compete for the same questions. So all questions will be made available to all schools. Unlike the first round where you had every school having their own kind of question, all right? But in this round, you'll be competing for the opportunity to answer questions. And you do this by ringing a bell. And the reason why I call this the fastest finger is that the fastest person to ring the bell gets the opportunity to answer the question. So before I proceed with more of the rules, we want to test your bells once again. MATTA DEVI, will you like to ring your bell for us to hear? Grace Light. KONADU. Excellent. So with the bells working, we can proceed with the rest of the rules. So this is what happens. I'm going to read questions to all of you. Now, as I read a question, if you are in a position to answer, all you need to do is to ring the bell. Now, if you ring the bell, you must be ready to answer the question within 3 seconds. If you ring the bell and get a question right, then you get 4 points. However, if you're unfortunate and you get it wrong, you get a mark deducted from what you've already earned. So, a caution to you not to just be ringing the bell indiscriminately. If you ring the bell, wait for me to call you to answer. If you scream the answer from where you are sitting, I'll ignore it. So when you ring the bell, we have a technology behind the scenes to know who rang it first, and I'll call you to give you 3 seconds to give me the answer. So with this, I'm sure you understand the whole rules by now. So we can zoom into the fastest finger round to see what will happen to the scores that we have so far. So our first question. How is tuberculosis spread? MATTA DEVI.
Through bacteria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. When a a person can cough onto another person and receive.
That's correct. Our next question. State the greatest impact the disappearance of bees would have on plants. Grace Lights.
There will be no pollination or dispersal of fruit and seeds.
I'm not going to pass this on, but I'm going to give you 3 out of 4. Yes, there will be no pollination, but if there will be no pollination, what would that lead to? That's what you should say. Okay, so you just stated that there will be no pollination, and you know what pollination leads to, isn't it? Okay, so there will be no pollination, and if we don't have pollination, we cannot have what? Production of fruits and other things that depend on pollination, and that's what you have to say. All right. Our next question. What is the name of the compound with the formula K2O? KONADU? Excellent. Our next question. 2 numbers are in the ratio 4:5. If the sum of the numbers is 135, find the numbers. Grace Lights.
60 and 225.
Uh-oh, that's wrong. MATTA DEVI.
60 and 75.
Excellent, excellent. The length of a rectangle is twice its breadth. If the perimeter is 72 meters, find the length and breadth of the rectangle. Grace Lights.
35.
Come again.
35 centimeters.
Sorry, that's wrong. MATTA DEVI.
The length is 24 centimeters and the breadth is 12 centimeters.
Excellent, excellent. What is the direction of a magnetic field within a magnet? KONADU YIADOM. Excellent. What is the name of the frictional force experienced when traveling through a fluid? Grace Lights.
Viscosity.
Excellent. The horizontal rows of the periodic table are known as MATTA DEVI.
Periods.
Excellent. With the correct answer as period, we end round 2, period. MATTA DEVI has made some substitution. We have Owusu Efriye Emmanuel Gregory joining us on stage. Emmanuel, you are welcome. We just hope that you're also going to keep the fire burning. The way things are going, we hope that you keep the fire burning and you'll keep the school moving at the same pace as in round 1. So, listeners, viewers, audience, we have results for round 2 in, and these are how the various schools stand. KONADU YIADOM at the end of round 2 was able to pull 8 points. Grace Light Educational Complex had 5 points. MATTA DEVI had 16 points.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction?
Oh, ask anyone.
Okay, madam.
Madam Punchy Peach.
Yes, so far you go Punchy Peach. A Coso Road. Now, where is number 4 Enumde Avenue?
Oh, number 4 Enumde Avenue. What they call? Front right, sharp left. Miss anyone by the roadside.
Thank you. Hello, please direct me to number 4 Enumde Avenue.
Enumde. See, go sir. Then you curve. You will see some people there, then you ask them. But anyway, I can drop you.
No, thanks. One fire you go Punchy Peach and give me direction to number 4 Enumde Avenue.
Go sir. Thank you.
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Enumde Avenue? Go, sir.
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fanny Yogo Punchy Peach. So cool, so good. This advert is FDA approved.
I can take you there. I'm not doing anything.
Round 3, we've themed round 3 as what we call the technology challenge. So usually, in round 3, you have the same problem to all schools, but it's a puzzle, which they are supposed to use their knowledge in physics, chemistry, maths, and ICT to be able to solve. And at the end of the day, we look at their solutions compared to the recommended solution from the consultants and award marks. So here they are competing on the same question, but in their same lane. Okay? So that's the difference. I said at the beginning of the contest that with the exception of round 1, you compete for questions in all rounds. Today's problem or technology challenge is worth 10 points. And you have 8 minutes to solve it. And as I said, today's technology challenge is an ICT challenge. And so I'm going to read the problem to the various schools, after which I'll ask them to come for the questions so that we are all on the same level. I don't want to give you the questions so that you start thinking about them as I read. So the question goes like this. As a manager of your school canteen, you recently took a poll of all students attending your JHS. One of the questions that you asked was, what is your favorite meal at lunchtime? The choices are listed below. So you have a table where you have favorite lunch, and you have the sexes, boys and girls, and the statistics respectively. So you have Wache, you have 60 boys, 40 girls, Kenke, 70, 20, rice, 60-60, beans 50-40, and fried yam 35-40 for boys and girls respectively. You have to enter the corresponding data as you have been given accordingly. Then afterwards, you have to plot a clustered column chart, which you give a title, favorite lunch, and label the X and Y axis respectively, as indicated in the question. Then after you've successfully done that, we want you to look at your plot that you have and interpret it to us to make sense to the ordinary person who doesn't understand anything in maths or science. So this is the problem that you are supposed to use technology to solve for today. So you may begin. Okay, so the time is up. Contestant, stop work. Okay, so shall we go through the solution of the technology challenge, and then we will compare it with what the respective schools have managed to come out with. So the assignment was a very simple assignment. They were supposed to use Microsoft Excel to plot some data and then explain the data that they see on the plot. So in order to do this, they had to create some headings within an Excel sheet of a workbook as instructed within the question. So they had to create the favorite lunch and then put the boys, girls, and then list all the various meals and put the respective numbers there. Now, after they had done that, the next thing that they had to do is to select the range of the data and then select the appropriate plot type that was requested. So if you were able to prove that you were able to launch Microsoft Excel, just do that. You get one mark. Then you're able to create the various headings in the various cells. You get 1 mark each. If you're able to enter the data in the table as requested, you get 2 marks. Then, if you're able to plot the graph, but you have the title shown, you get half a mark. If you have the X and Y axis labeled accordingly, you get 1. Then, if your chart has the various foods shown, you have 2 marks in there. Now, if you come to the interpretation of results, we have a maximum of 2.5 marks. So if you're able to give all the kinds of interpretation, combination of interpretations that I requested, you get half a mark each for that. And so it's not in any particular order. It's just looking at the graph and making the deductions from there. So if you look at this particular problem, getting the graph is very, very, very important. Once you have the graph, we all understand mathematics, we can make deductions from there. Okay, so let's look at what KONADU YIADOM did. So you have the preferred graph shown on your screen. Okay, so KONADU YIADOM was able to launch Microsoft Excel, so they get 1 mark. They were able to label the various headings correctly, and they went further to add something on the total number of responses and all that. So they get 1 mark. Then they were able to enter everything as requested, so they get 2 marks. Unfortunately, they stopped there. So we cannot proceed as far as KONADU YIADOM is concerned. So with this, they get a total of 4 marks for the technology challenge. Let's give them a round of applause. So the same thing happened to Grace Light, that they were able to launch, label, enter the data. So they get 4 marks in total. So Grace Light had 4 marks for the technology challenge. So MATTA DEVI did everything with the exception of interpretation. And so that would mean that they would have 10 minus 2.5, and that means that they will get 7.5. It's not easy entering data within 8 minutes and making sense out of the data. And at least all the competing schools were able to enter the data correctly. And so it shows the ability to, do data entry and know where to do what. Perhaps it's the time that they were not fast enough, but that's the essence of competition. So let's give them a round of applause once again. So at the end of round 3, we have MATTA DEVI having 7.5. Grace Light Educational Complex having 4. And KONADU YIADOM having 4, respectively. Okay, so we move on to round 4. And round 4, we call it decoding the clue. And here I would want everyone to pay attention because you need utmost attention to be able to survive this particular round. Now, as usual, you'll be competing for the same question in this particular round, but however, the questions are made in the form of clues. So your job is to decode the clue and tell me whatever I'm trying to describe. If you're able to guess correctly the answer on my first clue, you get 6 points. Second clue, you get 5 points. Third clue is 4 points, and any other clues will be 3 points. So it is still not over. Somebody can get 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and still take over the competition. Yes, we need a balance in speed and accuracy as far as this particular round is concerned, and I'll implore you as scientists, upcoming scientists, to keep that particular balance. If you are all okay, let's sound the bell to signify the beginning of this round. My first question. I come to mind when the word sacrifice is mentioned among religious people. I am a source of protein, and if you love kebab, you should know me. MATTA DEVI.
Meat.
Sorry. So I'm going to proceed. I am also volatile and fragile. People do not like me because they say I have short memory, as I forget easily when there is no power. I am so common with computing devices that I'm so surprised you still can't make me out by now. Who am I? YIADOM.
Ram.
Excellent. Okay, we'll move on to the second one. I am highly flammable, but I also protect cars in the cold. Especially, I prevent the windscreens from freezing. You can use me as a fuel if you have a flexible engine. I am every distiller's goal. Who am I? YIADOM.
Petrol.
Sorry, that's wrong. Okay, so we don't have MATTA DEVI. Yes.
Alcohol.
No. The answer is ethanol. I'm saying ethanol because of the respective properties and the things that you could do with that in the radar. So not every alcohol can do all these things. There are several kinds of alcohol. Okay, so I won't take that. Okay, so we move on to the next one. I am a very popular odd number. I am particularly popular with Christians and footballers. Search through a quarter of a dozen and you'll surely find me. MATTA DEVI.
3.
Excellent. Now, they got it right on the third clue, so we award them accordingly. So let me still proceed with the last clue for those of you who want to learn something. So the last clue says that if you still can't find me, then perhaps you need another lesson on the Trinity. Who am I? Okay, so they were fast enough to get it right. Okay, so we move on to our last riddle. I am strong and stiff. Getting through me is very rough. I am found in only plant cells. I am what makes grace light.
Cell wall.
Excellent, cell wall. So with a correct answer from Grace Light, shining the light to the door, of this particular contest will bring this particular exciting contest to a close. Grace Light got it right on the, I was about to read the fourth one, so they got it right on the third clue. I just started the fourth clue, but they got it right before, so it's the third clue. So, with the correct answer from Grace Light, we bring this particular contest to an end, and we'll be announcing the scores shortly as our technical team computes the cumulative scores across all the rounds. And whilst we wait for the results, we also want to take the opportunity to thank the teachers and all those who have prepared these amazing students. As you will bear witness with me, this has been a very, very keen contest. And if we could go more, you would see that people will show what they are worth of. So we would just want to give the teachers and all those who prepared these students a round of applause. Let's appreciate them. Let's also appreciate all the contestants who have made it till this far. They've all acquitted themselves very well. And we will not forget our sponsors, as usual, and those who have made this possible. We also want to thank certain key officers of the university that have made this particular event possible. And we want to specifically appreciate the Vice Chancellor for availing university resources for us to be able to come out with this particular program and this specific contest. The Provost of the College of Science have already said something interesting about him, his love for science and technology, and that is what drove him to champion this particular program. Prof. Preku, who is also from physics and from the same college, who is the chairman of the organizing committee, his passion for excellence has brought us this far. And obviously our sponsors who have stood behind our back, behind the scenes, who have made things work, but people do not see them. It's time to appreciate them. So GTP, they say their designs are timeless. Kingdom Books and Stationery, when it comes to quality stationery, there is only one place to look at, and that is Kingdom Books and Stationery. Lac City, their handiworks are obvious here. So when it comes to Lac City and your events, you cannot go wrong. Dex Technology, they are saying that when it comes to training of students in science and technology, they are changing the dynamics. And if you are aware, they have interesting science sets which are available. I encourage everyone to get some. And those of you who will be progressing, will be doing wild things with them for you to see. Okay? Now, those who go very far, you will have the rare opportunity of getting something amazing from Fairgreen, a leader in the science and technology space when it comes to Ghana and beyond. And so for them, they say when it comes to technology solution, their slogan is intelligent business solutions. Mocha Looks, their work speaks for themselves. Their work speaks for itself because they are responsible for me looking handsome. They can transform you, any kind of image, to something beautiful. And they say pure beauty. Ponjo Images, when it comes to preserving your memories, you can't go wrong. Don't go anywhere to take your pictures and you go and look at it and it looks like something else you are not proud of. So they say that we keep your memories alive. And we cannot have science and technology quiz without Ghana Science Association partnering with us. They've donated amazing books on experiments and projects, and I encourage every school to give them to the students to read, to encourage them. Our media partners have made it possible for us to be all over the airwaves and the internet. We have GH1, Ultimate 106.9 FM, Experience It, Focus FM, and Eventman GH. All these people have made this program what it is today, and I want us to appreciate them with a round of applause. So, at the end of round 4, this is where we stand. KONADU YIADOM had 3 points. Grace Light Educational Complex had 4. MATTA DEVI had 4. And so, if we take it in terms of cumulative terms, then at the end of the competition, KONADU YIADOM had 27. Grace Light Educational Complex had 28. And MATTA DEVI had 50.5. So, per the rules of the competition, Grace Light Educational Complex and MATTA DEVI have qualified to the next stage. As you can see, it was a very keen contest. The difference between KONADU YIADOM and Grace Light was just 1. And somebody will say, Eka kiti 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 kiti. So to Grace Light Educational Complex, I'll say congratulations, but step up your game. As you move forward, things are going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. MATTA DEVI, I'll say congratulations for such an amazing performance. It appears this is one of the highest scoring so far. It's a record so far. And I'll say that keep it up, but don't be too complacent. Because as you move higher, the competition is going to get keener and keener. KONADU YIADOM, don't get discouraged. I've told you that I myself, I have participated in quizzes before. I have won some and have lost some. But that did not define who I'm currently am today. So if you think that you have disappointed your teachers or your school, turn that disappointment into excellent performance in your exams to prove anybody who will taunt you wrong. So on this note, I'll say congratulations to everyone, and as usual, I'm your quiz master, Professor Emmanuel Kofi Akowa, and on behalf of the team, I'll say thank you and goodbye.
Hello, sweetie. Please, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Please, your name?
My name is Kezia Akosia Dune from Grace Light Educational Complex, JHS 3.
Good. Today you contested, and how was the feeling?
The pressure was on, but with God, all things are possible.
So you are going to the next level?
Yeah.
Great. So how do you see the future of this contest?
It's quite educative, and we are hoping it continues annually for it to help the students to learn more.
Good. And what do you tell your teachers who also put in so much effort for?
I'm so grateful to them for how they've educated us. And as you already know, their reward is in heaven, so that's what I can say.
As we all know, teachers, their reward is in heaven. Your school again?
Grace Light Educational Complex.
Grace Light Educational Complex. Congratulations to the next level. We'll see you. Hello, dear. Please, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Great. Please, can you tell us your name?
I'm Braquenis from KONADU YIADOM.
KONADU YIADOM. How was the contest today?
Okay, I'm very excited about the contest, and anything that happens, we will accept it.
So are we going to the next level?
Yeah, we are hoping next year.
Hoping next year. So how do you see the future of this contest?
It will be bright. It's going to be a good contest. It's going to be a good contest.
So next year we should look forward for you. So what are you telling the organizers of the program and your teachers?
Yeah, we thank them very much, and we are so grateful for their support. Yeah.
Thank you very much, KONADU YIADOM. We hope to see you next year. Good. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Please, can you tell us your name and the school that you are teaching?
I'm Stephen Adakwa from Grace Light Educational Complex.
Light Educational Complex. So, as a teacher, how did you feel today as your students were contesting upstage?
Oh, okay. I think today we had an exciting moment. It was a very keenly contested program. And I think the best school won today. The best school won today.
The best school won today. Please, can you tell us a little about how you see the future for this contest?
Yeah, the future of this contest is very, very bright. And I want to use this opportunity to thank those who conceived this program. In fact, they've done very, very well. And I want to use this medium or platform to advocate for more sponsors to come in so that in the near future, this program will be held worldwide.
This program will be held worldwide. Thank you, sir, once again.
Always well.